Oregon day trip recap. Reflection recap. So today is Friday, 20 October 2023, and yesterday, Thursday, 19 October 2023, I went to Oregon in Vancouver, Washington State, and I went and tried out some different food places. And I'm gonna recap where I went, what worked as like a celebration, like as a celebration day for my running, for my personal best time in my running training on Tuesday, 17 October 2023. How I felt about the trip being financed with funds I withdrew from my retirement account. It was a little under 13 hours. I departed the house at 6:49 a.m. and returned at 7:38 p.m. My budget was $320, of which I spent $142.65. So I was under budget by a fair amount. That's the introduction. Up first, itinerary. So this is where I went and in what order. So I departed from Shoreline, Washington State, and I stopped at Maytown Safety Rest Area in Olympia, Washington State. Then I stopped at Geek Creek Safety Rest Area in Ridgefield, Washington State. Then I went to Voodoo Doughnut in Vancouver, Washington State. Then Blue Door Bakery in Vancouver, Washington State. Then Smart Park Garages, 4th and Yamhill location in Portland, Oregon. I arrived and parked. And then I went to Pioneer Place in Portland, Oregon. So I arrived. And then within Pioneer Place, there was Raising Cane's. And so that's in Pioneer Place in Portland, Oregon. And then I left Pioneer Place. So it was like I had to go into Pioneer Place to find Raising Cane's because Raising Cane's was in the food court. And then I went out through Pioneer Place as well. So that's in Portland, Oregon. So I departed. And then went back to Smart Park Garages in Portland, Oregon. I departed / paid. Yep. And then I went to In-N-Out Burger in Kaiser, Oregon, followed by Nancy Joe's in Kaiser, Oregon. Then I stopped at the French Prairie Rest Stop in Aurora, Oregon. And then I went to Jackson's Food Stores in Vancouver, Washington State. And then Chevron in Vancouver, Washington State. Then Geek Creek Safety Rest Area in Ridgefield, Washington State. And then I arrived back here in Shoreline, Washington State. So that's where I went, in what order. If it's a place where I got food and there's food video, I'll put the links to those food videos in the video description. And I'll put a link to the playlist for that contains the videos of preparation. I'll put this in there as well, the reflection, and then the videos I took in, like on the trip and uploaded and published, and they're in chronological order by date and time filmed, and that's the Oregon day trip, 19 October 2023 playlist. And then, okay, so there's that. Next, driving, rest areas, city garage, parking, food stores, and gas. So that's kind of like more of the car focus. So it went well. The oil I got for my car helped a lot. Before it was looking like I might need to fill up before I left, which I did, my tank, and then fill up like 2 more times, like full tanks, and I only needed to fuel up once. And I still have like half a tank left. So that the oil I got for my car is, I got about 300 and I didn't empty it. It was like 310 or 320 miles or something like that. And I wasn't quite empty yet, which is really good for my car, because I had been getting about 260 with my other driving. So that oil really helped. The rest areas were good. They were nice. Those were kind of my rest stops, bathroom stops, stretch the legs real quick. City garage parking, it was a big structure. It was a good price. It was $1.80. I was there for 58 minutes and I got billed for 1 hour. So it fell into the 1 hour and it was only $1.80, which for a city is good. At least a West Coast metropolitan area. Driving was smooth. There was like the normal kind of weird stuff on the road. But not like anything bizarre, I would say. And then, so let's guess, food stores, Jackson's Food Store. Yeah, I actually did decide to do Jackson Food Store stop, because I've done a Reese's on this channel before, Sweet Eat, but that I bought from a Reese's, but I didn't show the store, so I did that this time. And that's kind of that. So it went well. Yes, there's that. Up next, restaurants. That was cool. I liked the places I chose. I liked the places I went to. It was kind of fun to kind of get some history. There's different reasons to go to a restaurant and to go, especially with the Voodoo Doughnut in Vancouver, Washington State. It was the first Voodoo Doughnut location in Washington State, and it's currently, like, as of when I went, the only. So actually putting that video out there is kind of cool, because then when other stores and or store start to open in Washington State, again, it's a really easy thing to check. When did this one open? When was this video filmed? Okay, so this location came before this other location. All right, so to actually catch that window of its first and only, I think it was very cool. So that was Voodoo Doughnut. And then Raising Cane's is the first location opened in 2019 in Oregon or Washington State. And in 2024, Vancouver, Washington State, where I went, is supposed to get Raising Cane's. So to actually have the footage of the first in either state when it's still the only in either state, it's pretty cool by my books. And I went to some really cool places and had some cool food. So yeah, I did not eat as much as I thought I was going to, which turned out to be good because I was under budget by a lot. But yeah, and I enjoyed all of the food. It was I did good, and they did good, and thank you, kind of thing. All right, up next, celebration day for a personal best time in my running training. Yes, I think it adequately satisfied that. And it satisfied, it was like approximately 54-second drop in a 5.8 mile walk around loop. So that's pretty good, especially for where it was at, kind of at the approximately 60-minute mark. So drop 54 seconds is pretty good for this girly, for this girl. And it felt like a celebration, so that's good. And then 2, it helps with seeing me assessing, like, when I'm eating something. It might be how I treat a run might actually come through in how I eat something. So like with the Raising Cane's chicken fingers, they were hot. And if I'm out running and it's hot, I might slow down if I'm in the sun and then speed up when I'm in the shade. So I don't overheat. And it's funny because, like, you know, I slow down when the chicken fingers are hot, and if they're cooler, then I eat them faster. So it's kind of cool. I think it was to see how much my running and my running training can influence how I physically move my body and, like, eat my food and stuff like that. So it was like a really, I would say, it was a celebration day of running, but it was also like every video I uploaded went into my running playlist because, well, yeah, that's all it's representative of stuff like that goes in with literally food, fuel. Like, I already did my walk run this morning. I made it, and it was 61.5 minutes, so it was on my faster half. So that was good. And then, what was it? Oh, just like things like, does the golden escalator affect how I think about, like, things rising in the world? Like, and then I look back at Raising Cane's and, like, is Raising Cane's rising because it's expanding? There's stuff like that kind of like gets fed into my thought processes while I'm out there running and stuff. And then it was the bridge. Where am I running? Where am I competing? Stuff like it's really simple, but, like, once I have that lived experience, it's my own experience I pull from for, like, fuel to think about while I'm running and training and stuff. Okay, financing. So this is the retirement account stuff. How did I feel? I felt relieved that the money came from my retirement account. Like, it was, I think, more relaxed than a lot of the adventures I've had, because it was, I know I have this money, right? And I just got this money and that kind of stuff. So there was relief, I would say, for that. So that was a pretty short one. Budgeting. And this is related. It was a budget of $320. I thought it was going to be buying a lot more gas, and I thought I was going to be buying a lot more food. So it was $320, and I spent $142.65. So yeah, I could do this trip. If I did this trip again and it was the same exact amount, that would be over 2 of these could be done in that budget if the prices were the same. The budget includes my gas that I filled up here before I left. yesterday, and I think I fueled up the day before yesterday. And then the quart of oil for my car, I did actually in the parking pass. I actually decided to deduct that from my Sweet and or Savory Eats video fund, which is kind of where my budgeting is. So that's cool. Maybe I'll do a couple smaller, shorter adventures before the snow on the mountain settles in, like or north or kind of stuff, which I'm not afraid of, but just November's hunker down month. I don't know. Could change, but yeah. Okay. YouTube challenge reflection. So that's the one inspired by Nick and Laura of Nick Pierre, the YouTube channel, and then Christy and Eric of the Electrics, that YouTube channel. I'll put the rules of the challenge in the video description. So I would say there was only one place where I did not finish the food in the video. And I actually was smart and I decided to return to it and finish it before I got back to the house and do a video on that. And so I'd give it like, I did really well, I think. The one time I fell off, I didn't let that fall off on everything, kind of. Like I didn't let it snowball until I didn't finish. Even though I talked about it, like, am I not going to finish this? And I was like, I did. I got creative with my 7th stop. And I got to show a place where I'd been through for moving from Washington State to California. So that was kind of cool to fill in that in video form, to have video footage at that place that I'd been to. And then, what was it? And then I got everything uploaded with it the same day, before midnight, same day, this time zone where I collected it and filmed it and stuff. So yeah, it was successful with that one. And I recuperated and I didn't let it completely crash down and out when I didn't finish the food on the first video. Okay. All right, Yelp and charging my mobile device / camera. So I wasn't actually going to upload pictures to Yelp as I went because it drains my battery like insane. This was a miracle charging thing, and it actually worked so well that I ended up being able to, but it took me a little bit because I had my phone plugged into my car and it was taking a long time for it to charge. And it wasn't charging and it was draining the battery down, and I was like, but like slowly, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be able to upload pictures. And I was like, I'm just gonna plug it in here and see how it goes. And it charged right back up to like 100%. And I was like, I can upload pictures. So I uploaded pictures, but I didn't, yeah. So that ended up, I was far less stressed about my mobile device / camera working. So I'm filming this with my iPhone XS. And so that was really cool. I got check-ins at the places I went, and I got my pictures all published same day. That I took both with this one and this one. So that now I just have the Yelp reviews, which is really cool. And I saved the places to my Yelp collections and stuff as I went. So I was like, it's a lot less tail work than I thought I was gonna have. So that's a huge relief. So that went well. Then up last for the conclusion, areas for improvement. So actually I would do Yelp. Right, now that I know that this works. Yeah. Start with it from the beginning so I can get the pictures uploaded as I go. Because there was a little bit, because it took me a little bit to find the solution, there was like, it was off for a couple of the places. The pictures weren't exactly kind of like when I was doing it, or like before I left the parking lot or something. So that's an area for improvement. Another area for improvement, food intaking. I think my calories were less than 6,000, which was my challenge, was what, like 7,800. So it was off by about 2,000 calories under. It would have been cool to have finished all of the videos. It would have been cool to have like a perfect, YouTube challenge of I finished each. Well, I guess I did genuinely attempt. So I did actually not fail. But I wasn't successful to finish it in one video. I did genuinely attempt to, but my system just couldn't handle it. So I guess they're being smarter with spacing. Like I could have added in a park or something, or I could have ordered a milkshake instead of fries. So I could have gotten more creative with my order, or figured out some sort of spacing so I could have eaten everything in that first video. But other than that, I think it was a really well executed, day trip. So in conclusion, I thought that went well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll put links to the videos. I'll put the challenge information. I'll put links to the playlists, kind of relevant playlists, as well. I hope you enjoyed or are enjoying the videos, and if only this video, then this video. Happy viewing.